If you're a doctor making good money, but still feel broke, exhausted, and stuck, this might be hard to hear. But being a doctor is not a high leverage career. And if you don't fix that, you'll stay trapped no matter how much you earn.
So you've done everything right. You've done years of school, debt, you got long hours, but now what are you doing? You're probably, like most doctors, trading your time for income, and that has a ceiling. Meanwhile, you feel like other people are making more than you and working less.
So in this video, we're gonna break down 7 side hustles for doctor, but more importantly, we'll show you which one actually give you freedom and which one just keep you busy. And the last one is the one that's gonna changes everything. I'm Dr. Ann Trung.
I'm Dr. Mike Wu Ming, and let's get into it. Let's go over these 7 side hustles that every doctor should know in 2026. So I'll cover the first one. This is the obvious one, and be honest, it's not really a side hustle, but it does bring more income. But it's the one that usually people do is they work more, they're going to make more. So there are some side hustles that can make you more money. You can decide to do locums tenens where you're working and you're taking the place of another doctor and then you're working for a short period of time and then going away. You could be moonlighting for another clinic, another hospital. You could be taking extra shifts. Hey, and it works, but that's how most doctors do it. But let's be honest, it isn't a side hustle. It's just more of the same. More money, but at what cost? Cost of money, more of your life.
Number 2 is telemedicine. This feels better, right? Work from home, flexible hours. Mike and I both do this. And I frankly really like it more and more because I can just wake up, spend 5 minutes with my hair, and I'm ready to rock and roll. But here's the truth nobody says you didn't escape the system, you just made it more comfortable, still trading one on one time for money.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, that with telemedicine, there are different companies though, but the good news of that is that you can do it from your own hours for the most part. However, there are some times when you have to see patients online. They call it sync work. And then there's some where you do async work, where you can do things on not seeing patients and doing it for your own time. So there is some flexibility with that. And more physicians are discovering the benefits of telemedicine. I know many of our own clients are moving over to the telemedicine route. And it's been convenient not only for the doctors, but for patients as well. The next one is consulting. Now, this is where it's getting smarter. I've been a consultant for 20 plus years and has been consulting for a long period of time on here. And this is where you get paid for your expertise. You're leveraging your expertise. So some examples is like, for example, I'm a consultant for startups. I'm a consultant for different telemedicine startup and also in a startup that has nothing to do with medicine at all. You could be doing like legal work, expert witness. You can be advisory, work for a board, work for a biotech company. Again, better leverage, but still, if you stop working, your income stops. So again, you're trading time for money, but going through a non-clinical career, maybe for many physicians who are kind of getting burnt out from the clinical role, you might have a new lease on life. You may find that it is more beneficial to go somewhere that's a little bit different than what you're used to. Maybe you get challenged, maybe you get energized more by going into a different career.
Absolutely. That's why I like the telemedicine. Even though it's pertaining one-on-one time, but I can do it anywhere. I was in Florida. I did telemedicine. Was in Spain. I did telemedicine as well too. So now this is where things start to change. The next few things that we're going to talk about is now we're talking leverage. Number 4 is digital product, meaning courses, ebook, guides you create it once and sell it over and over again. Like for instance, how many times have you tell a patient, let's say you rheumatologist, and you talk about things that they can do to avoid joint flare up? Well, you can create that into a course. You can actually create that into an ebook, and you can even make it into an actionable guide, all from one thing. You can sell it over and over and over again. So now your time is no longer directly tied to your income. So imagine if you can do that. Imagine if you're like a psychiatrist, you just talk about depression or how to deal with anxiety, create it once and sell it over and over. But here's one big problem: you don't have an audience, You don't have a sale. And I learned this the hard way. I created a course in 2020, and my only audience is my email list. I wasn't on social media. So I had a hard time selling my course, and I started running ads, but you can only make money if people buy. And when I ran ads, the people didn't know who I was. So I wasn't making any sale. So I created the course that nobody bought and was out $5,000. And it was a big lesson for me to learn that I need to create my own audience by being online.
All right. So let's talk about audience. And this is one actually, and this is YouTube. So we're the expert on YouTube. So I'm going to let you take this one if you don't mind.
Okay, so number 5 is YouTube. This is the one most doctor ignore, but it is the best platform for doctor. It is the biggest opportunity because YouTube isn't just content, it's leverage. Because once you create video on YouTube, it lives there forever. The term for that is evergreen. Do you know that your content on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram only is there from time for hours and for no more than a day and it's gone? Even though you can still scroll, but people are not going to go back on your account and scroll for past content. But YouTube is there. I've been on YouTube since 2021, and a video that I created and 4 years ago is still gathering me views and subscribers and YouTube AdSense money. It's a good feeling. So imagine your knowledge, then you put that in the video, and then your video build attention. They attract attention from viewers, and then you turn that attention into income. And this is my wheelhouse. My wheelhouse is to turn viewers into income. And that's where we have perfected our system in doing this. And sometimes you will get paid by ads. YouTube actually will pay you to put ads in your channel if you have more than 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And you can also have sponsorship opportunities where other brands will reach out to you and say, hey, can you talk about our product or put an ad in your video and we'll pay you this. I had a brand pay me for a 30-second ad that I do for them, and I get paid $4,000 for that 30-second ad that I did for my YouTube channel. And then other brands will reach out to you and say, hey, we have this product here. Can you talk about it in your video? And we'll pay you this amount of money. And this can range from $5,000 to $10,000 as well. And I'm actually doing all of that and then consulting. So a medtech company reached out to me and wanted to work with me, and where I helped them develop a kit for harvesting stem cell. But the way that they know about me was through YouTube. So this is all from one place. I call YouTube your online real estate. You start with zero, but then it over time it builds up and it builds up and it becomes an asset for you. But here's the real shift. So you stop being a doctor. You actually start becoming a platform. And I call that your online real estate empire because it's only going to compound and grow. And here's the truth bomb here. You don't have an income problem with YouTube. You have a leverage problem.
Yes. And so what do you mean by that?
So what I mean by that is that when you're in YouTube, like when you create the video once, it compounds where your income is not dependent upon your time, where the lever being pulled a little bit and all of the income from ads, sponsor, product, courses, ebook, guide can become a revenue generating source for you. So that's what I mean by leveraging YouTube for income.
Okay, awesome. All right. So, number 6 in terms of our side hustles for 2026, personal brand and coaching. And I love this. Once you start developing things like courses, and once you start developing your YouTube channel, then you can look about where people are only trusting you. They're actually going to pay to learn from you. So, what are we talking here? Coaching programs, doing mentorship. I've been a coach for a long time, and it can be very rewarding. And you feel like sometimes you're not even just working, you're just giving people, you're leveraging your expertise, sharing your knowledge, and you're leading with them. Again, sometimes with coaching, again, it's one on one, it's your time. But you're coming it from a not necessarily like clinical. Like, for example, people coach for me as I help them build their own cash practice. I've helped coach how to use artificial intelligence in your practice. And again, you get challenged, and it's not just seeing patients all the time. So it's a great way of helping others, as most of you for doctors, they came in because they want to help others. Now you're just helping them in a different way. So personal branding coaching, love it.
And it doesn't have to be more business coaching. It could even be coaching people on how
Yep.
to cope with anxiety, coaching people how to cope with panic attack, coaching people how to manage arthritis pain. When you're a coach, you're just an educator. You're not their doctor. And this is where I see a lot of doctors get hung up, and they feel that there is a patient doctor relationship. No, when you're coaching online, you're a coach. You're just an educator, and you're discussing strategy that can help them with their symptom. But you put a disclaimer and said, I am not your doctor. This is just all educational information. And you make sure that you discuss it with your doctor first. And if you institute this, it is at your own risk. There's a disclaimer that you can put out that you make sure that they all sign it when they engage to work with you. Okay, so the next one's my favorite, multiple income stream. And I'm right now around number 19 now, Mike. Yes, it went from 17 to 19 because now I'm a brand curator. We'll talk about that. That's another side hustle where I actually introduce a doctor to brands that need a doctor as their ambassador. So multiple income stream. What does that mean? As doctors will talk, well, see the patient, and that's how you make money. Well, the multiple income stream is the end game, the end goal. Not one side hustle. It's a system where every stream goes into your bank account. So some incomes is active, like doing a locum or and coaching. Some are semi-passive, such as doing your courses. I would consider more ebook and guide more passive. And then some are fully scalable. What are the things that can scale, like grow? Like you can sell, 1 to 1 million ebook. You can sell 1 million courses. You can sell 1 million guide. There's a limit on how much you can coach unless you do group coaching. That will be different as well. So what this means is you're just not dependent on your job anymore. You are now set up a system where you can grow that doesn't need your time. Definitely going to need your attention, but not your time. And I didn't really know about multiple income stream, and it just kind of reiterated and became like that in the last 5 years. And when there is the demand and that you can meet that demand, well, I created businesses that meet demands when it comes up. So let's do a final reframe on this and say, so most doctors think like, well, I need to work more. It's the only way for me to make money. I can't tell you how often I see in a Facebook group who said, well, I need more income. I'm just going to work more shift. I'm just going to do locum. But the real answer is this: build something that works for you, not you work for it. Because freedom doesn't come from effort, it comes from leveraging your time.
And right now, the fastest way to build that leverage is by turning your expertise into content. And that's what we teach for our students, is helping doctors. They all have expertise, different niches, different specialties, different avenues that they want to go into. And the way that we do it and how to start monetizing it is helping them by creating content. So if you're serious about building income outside of clinical work, I encourage you to join our school group, Doctors Online Success, where you'll get to meet other physicians who are like-minded, who are do what you want to do or doing what you want to do already. We've had physicians who start out, they're just seeing patients, and now they're building extra streams of income by becoming coaches, by creating courses, by learn how to do 19 income streams that Anne is doing. So if this sounds like you, we would love for you to join us. It's completely 100% free, but we want to show you exactly how to start this step by step. We've got trainings, we got videos, we have a special member only get-togethers that I think will be of interest to you. And we'll leave a link here in the show notes.
Right. Yeah. Or you can go to URLs, Doctors Online Success. And if you join, we're going to give you the course on how to start your YouTube channel as a doctor for free. And this is something that we sell for $1,000. So we're going to give you access to that because what Mike and I want you to be able to leverage your medical expertise for online income. And it's never been easier than now. So that's why we created the Doctors Online Success Group to have you think beyond the clinic, have you think big, and have you think that your medical knowledge is more valuable than ever, especially now with AI, because information is everywhere, but it's too much information. People get bombarded, with Google, with AI, with Gemini. They don't know who to trust, and they don't know how to sequence the information, what's appropriate for them, what's not. But guess who knows that more than anybody else? And guess who knows that even before AI? We do, as physicians. That's how we're trained. And I said, as a physician, you are the curator of medical knowledge information, where you can be able to decipher complex information that into simple things that you can explain to patient so they can follow that plan. So more than ever, people need us to curate and simplify what they need to do to get result. And they definitely need help more than ever now. So join the Doctors Online Success School group, and there's a course in there on how to start your YouTube channel. You get access to us, and we have monthly training in there as well. And just know, doctor, that we're here to help you out. We want you to win. And just know that you are not just a doctor, you are a doctor boss.
We'll see you next time.